It was a hard day in Ukraine. A wave of airstrikes has fallen on several cities across the country, including the capital, Kiev. In total, at least 25 people were killed. Moscow denies targeting Ukrainian civilians and stated that the aim of the strikes was to prevent Ukraine from bringing backup troops to the front rows of the fighting.
This proves once again that you cannot stop terror. Only with weaponry, air defenses, modern aviation, without which air defenses cannot be fully effective, artillery, armored vehicles.
The Russian Defense Ministry said its military had targeted Ukrainian army reserve units with the strikes. It stated that its rocket strikes against Ukrainian army reserve units were intended to prevent it from reaching the front lines of the battles as Kiev approached the start of its counterattack to restore what Russian forces had held since the end of February 2022. Kiev says its large counterattack aims to resolve the war and restore about 20% of its territory, which was controlled by Russian forces, including Crimea. These last attacks come at a time when Kiev says the stage of preparation for its large-scale counterattack is nearing its end. For this part, Russian Defense Ministry Sergei Shoigu said Moscow was strengthening combat readiness at its Central Asian military bases to counter what he said were U.S. efforts to strengthen its presence in the region.
The United States of America and its allies, under the pretext of helping in the fight against terrorism, are trying to restore their military presence in Central Asia. We regard requests to the countries of the region to deploy military infrastructure as a direct threat to stability in the space of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. For our part, we are increasing the combat readiness of Russian military bases in Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan, as well as other response forces to possible challenges.
Mr. Shoigu said the US are trying to restore their military presence in Central Asia and that Russia regards requests to deploy military infrastructure in the countries of the region as a direct threat to the stability in the area.